Episode 228. The unspecialized class also holds a major advantage in chaining combos. No other class can boast so many skills with such short cooldowns. While the damage of each individual skill can't compare to a high-level ultimate, landing a full combo string can make up for that lack of raw power. Of course, this also makes the gameplay far more complex. What another class could achieve with a single ultimate move, an unspecialized player might need several, or even more, precise inputs to chain together a long string of skills, all without a single misstep. Playing a chaotic brawler is in truth a rather grueling profession. But for Yeshu, who had been immersed in glory for a full decade, every move became as precise as clockwork. But his opponent was Yu Wenzhou. While not a top-tier god-level player, he was still an absolute powerhouse within the pro scene. To be combo locked to death like that was something that might happen to Tang Ru or Rao and Chuyang, but not to him. Even under the relentless pressure, Yu Wenzhou seized an opening. With a swift command, a cold light flashed as Lu Mu drew his blade. A crescent of sword energy arced diagonally, cleaving straight toward Lord Grimm. Lord Grimm's myriad manifestations umbrella flickered, its canopy flipping up to transform into a spear. A dragon tooth strike lunged out, reaching Lu Mu just ahead of his own attack. Two sprays of blood blossomed almost simultaneously. As Lu Mu was struck by the dragon tooth, Junmo Xiao was also wounded by the sword energy. The character hit by the dragon tooth entered a brief stagger, while the one struck by the draw sword slash was sent flying backward. It was Lord Grimm sent flying backward. The thousand chance umbrella retracted, shifting back to its gun form. A tongue of flame spat from its tip as he fired an anti-tank cannon. Even in mid-air, he managed a recoil, compensating flick of the barrel. 3 anti-tank shells erupted in a triangular burst, followed by a blaze of fire that completely engulfed Lu Mu. After landing, Lord Grimm executed a quick recover, flipping upright. His gunfire never ceased, continuing to barrage from a distance as he closed in. Lu Mu's rising dragon slash had inflicted damage, but it failed to halt the relentless assault. Yeshu made a slight adjustment, and a new offensive was already upon him. The situation hadn't changed in the slightest. This kind of opportunity to interrupt, Yu Wenzhou had attempted it many times. But these temporary interruptions couldn't wrest back the initiative. On his end, Yeshu could always swiftly adapt his approach based on Yu Wenzhou's attacks, ensuring his own assault remained unbroken. The combo count might not look high, but the limiting and oppressive effect of the attacks was undeniable. Moreover, many of these attacks actually land. They just aren't counted as combos by the system's judgment, so they go unrecorded. The system doesn't acknowledge them, but in actual combat, they can form a continuous assault. Players call these fake combos. There are many opportunities to pull them off in actual combat, but the system's judgment allows them to be dodged. But players can never match the theoretical precision of the system's judgment. They often find themselves helpless against certain attacks due to subjective reasons. That's how pseudo combos come about. In this match, Yu Wenzhou wasn't as helpless as Tang Ru or Rao and Chuyang, but he was still mostly just struggling to keep up. Yet even in this situation, both players were multitasking, fighting and chatting at the same time. Any normal spectator watching would have been stunned by their conversation. In the heat of such a fierce battle, they were still pulling off this level of play. In the end, Lu Mu, still airborne, was blasted away by Lord Grimm's falling flower palm, followed by a draw sword slash. His last sliver of health was spent, and he lost after all.
Sigh, you win. The unspecialized class does have clear advantages, especially with such a miraculous weapon in your hands. But as levels increase, its room to maneuver will keep getting squeezed.
Well, what do you think the limit is?
Honestly, I don't think there's any point in discussing the unspecialized class. The conditions to play it well are just too demanding. First of all, without a weapon like the one you have, it's not even worth worrying about. And finally, only you can truly unleash the versatile potential of an unspecialized character. Only with these unique conditions does this unique class truly come into its own.
Now you have them all.
Given your specific conditions, I'd say at level 70, the sheer versatility of an unspecialized character's playstyle can outweigh the drawback of not having high damage ultimate skills. But remember, this only holds true if you possess such a weapon and can wield it effectively. Assuming Glory maintains its current perfect balance at level 70 and continues to raise the level cap, by the time it reaches level 95, the unspecialized class would lose its value, just as I thought.
What a pity.
If we'd met earlier, back in the level 50 era, a character like you, a lone expert, would have been incredibly strong. You might even have been considered a game-breaking BUG.
It's not too late now.
But if this season passes, Glory will have gone 3 years without raising the level cap.
Maybe soon.
Level 70, 5, level 80. For a class like the Unsanctioned, which doesn't grow its skills, it's all a nerf.
But at least it's still within acceptable limits. Do you really think I'll still be playing when I hit level 95?
If it's just for fun in the 10th server, why not?
Yeah, you're right.
Care for another round?
Him for no need. I won't let you see my true strength.
You didn't use your full strength.
Of course, I'm an old man now. I need to take care of myself.
Alright then, that's settled.
Yu Wenzhou smiled, then exited the arena. Outside the PvP grounds, their avatars bumped into each other once more. After saying his goodbyes, Ye Qiu had Lord Grimm depart.
So,
Yu Wenzhou turned his head, asking Huang Xiaoshen behind him. He landed a total of 21 pseudo combos.
he's well aware of my weakness.
Hand speed, that's Yu Wenzhou's fatal flaw. In this kind of duel, because his hand speed can't keep up, his decisions lag half a beat behind his actions. In the end, he couldn't dodge attacks that should have been avoidable, getting hit and creating a pseudo combo. Huang Xiaoshen nodded.
He knows every opponent's weakness in the Alliance. If he were fighting me, he wouldn't use so many of them.
False combos. If it weren't for an unspecialized character, you couldn't even pull off that many. If it had been you in that situation just now, under the same conditions, out of those 20, Wang Fei combos, how many could you have dodged?
Huang Xiaoshen was taken aback by Yu Wenzhou's words.
Take another look at the footage.
Yu Wenzhou finished speaking, stood up, and gave Huang Xiaoshen a pat on the shoulder.
The unspecialized is complex and ever changing playstyle ultimately results in a constant stream of fake combos.